eyes of children, they observed the workings of the earth. They marveled at how day became night and how night turned back into day.
In the springtime, they welcomed the warmth of the sun, and in the summer, they danced in fields of wildflowers.
But in the autumn, the humans roared. They saw that the days grew shorter and the nights grew longer. In the mornings, frost covered the ground and tender plants withered and died.
The nights are getting colder and colder. Soon the snows will come.
You and I are strong. We can survive the hardships of the snows, but I'm worried about our baby. He's so very small. Can I wrap him in furs and animal skins? But is he strong enough to survive?
I too am worried. There are many in the village who are very old, and I am afraid they will suffer greatly when the snows come.
At that very moment, Coyote was walking by the village on his way to the woodland grove. He was going to meet his friends Frog, Chipmunk, and Squirrel. He paused for a moment and listened to the words spoken by man and woman.
Coyote was a compassionate animal. When he heard the man and woman talk of the hardships of winter, his heart was moved.
I have never thought much about the coming of winter. My fur grows thick and warm in the cold of winter, but these human beings have no warm fur to protect them from the bitter cold.
Coyote trotted onto the grove. There he met his friends.
I have just come from the village of the humans. You went to the village? But the humans are such strange creatures. They know so little about the world. And they know nothing.
And they know nothing of our language. I have often tried to speak to them, but they do not respond. The humans are indeed strange. I have seen them at the edge of the pond, gazing at the water the longest time. They seem to be staring at their own reflections. I say those humans are better.
There. But Frog, I heard the woman speak of the coming snows. She was worried about her young ones. The man spoke of how the old ones suffer with the cold. Friends, I fear for the humans, but I think I may know how to help these fragile creatures. Do you know of the fire beings on the mountaintop?
I have heard stories of the three ancient beings. It said that they dwell at the top of the highest mountain, casting a burning light that gives heat through the day and night.
The stories are true, Frog. I have been to the mountaintop, and I have seen the burning light. It's called fire. It may help the humans survive the winter. I must find a way to bring the fire to the village. Chipmunk, Squirrel, and Frog knew that Coyote was the cleverest of all the animals, but they were worried about their friend. As Coyote headed off toward the mountain, they decided to follow him.
When Coyote neared the camp of the fire beings, he crouched down behind some thick bushes so he wouldn't be detected. He did not know that Chipmunk, Squirrel, and Frog were also hiding nearby. Through the bush, Coyote spotted the fire beings.
The warmth of this fire feels so good. And soon it will be winter, but we will stay warm through the long, frigid nights because we alone know the secret of fire.
Yes, we alone hold the secret. Darkness fell as Coyote watched. Two of the fire beings retired to their tents. One stayed up to guard the fire. Hour after hour passed, but still the fire being remained awake by the fire pit.
At dawn, the being who had stared into the glowing fire all through the night stood up. It stretched its arms to the sky and yawned. Slowly, it made its way to its tent. Coyote noticed that one of the other tents was shaking. The being inside was waking up, and soon it would emerge to guard the fire. This was a chance Coyote had hoped for.
Coyote leapt over the bushes and ran as quickly as he could toward the fire. What's that noise?
What's happening?
The three fire beings jumped from their tents just as Coyote grabbed a bit of the fire.
Haha, soon the humans will know the precious secret of fire. The young ones and elders will no longer have to suffer with the cold winters.
Screaming! I'm screaming! Ah! Catch him! Catch him! He has our fire!
The three magical beings ran after Coyote. One reached out his hand and grabbed Coyote's tail.
I've got him! I've got him!
Coyote yelped as the fire being's hand singed the tip of his tail. He flung the fire as far away from him as he could. This day, the tip of Coyote's tail was white as ash, where the fur was singed.
Squirrel saw Coyote through the fire, and she ran as fast as she could in order to catch it before it hit the ground.
I'll place the fire on my back so I can remember. Whee!
Squirrel put the fire on his back and ran as fast as he could. The fire hurt so badly that his tail curled up and back. You may have noticed that Squirrel's tail still curled the same way to this day.
Chipmunk! Chipmunk! Catch! Let's catch!
I got it!
Squirrel threw the fire to Chipmunk.
I've got it! I've got it!
As Chipmunk turned to run, a fire being blocked his path.
Not so fast.
The fire being reached out his hand and tried to grab Chipmunk, but he was too quick. Chipmunk darted away just as the fire being's claws scratched his back. You may have noticed even today that chipmunks have 3 white stripes down their backs.
Frog! Frog! Catch!
I got it!
Got it!
Frog turned to jump away, but a fire being stepped on his tail. Frog pulled with all his might. He pulled until his eyes bulged and his tail tore off. You may have noticed that to this day frogs still have no tails, and their eyes still bulge out of their heads.
Help! Help! What shall we do with this fire?
Frog threw the fire to wood and wood swallowed. The 3 fire beings drew together around the wood, but they did not know how to get the fire out of him.
Wood, pretty wood.
Give us back our fire. It is rightfully ours. Wood, pretty wood, come with us to the mountain top and we will make you one of us.
Wood, grubby wood, we must have the fire. Tell us what you desire and it will be yours. But Wood has seen how the fire began to beings had scratched and clawed at other animals. He did not trust them. Finally, when the fire beings saw that they could not get the fire out of wood, they gave up and returned to their mountaintop.
But clever Coyote did know how to get the fire to glow. He took wood to the village and showed the human beings how to rub 2 dry sticks together to start a fire.
And people were filled with joy.
No longer will our grandparents suffer through the long, cold nights of winter. With Coyote's gift of fire, we can feel the warmth of the sun, day or night, winter or summer.
Our children will grow and thrive and enjoy many and even evenings around the glow of the fire.
Coyote watched as the people rejoiced. He was glad.